As long as you don't have money, no one will value you. People will make fun of you. Friends will mock you, and even family will find you burdensome. But the moment money comes to you, those same people will respect you and listen to you. Understand that in this world, money is what people truly value, and that is the harsh reality. Now I'm gonna talk about the Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. One morning, a man wakes up and finds that he has turned into a huge insect. This is the question Kafka asks in the Metamorphosis. What happens when a human soul wakes up and no longer recognizes its own body or life? But Kafka's story is not really about insects or magic. It is about how society slowly destroys us until we no longer know who we are. Kafka wrote this story in 1950, during war and confusion in Prague. More than 100 years later, the story feels even more true in our world of gig-jobs, social media, and constant surveillance. We also ask, are we slowly turning into insects without noticing it? Gregor Samsa's change did not happen because of sin, magic, or destiny. It happened because his life already felt like a life of an insect. He worked as a traveling salesman, always in trains, hotels, carrying a heavy pressure. He worked only to pay off his father's uncleared debt. His value was measured only by his job, not as a son or a human being, only as a worker. Kafka shows us a mirror. Today many people, delivery workers, office workers, gig workers, also feel they are valued only for their work, not for who they are. Karl Marx called this alienation. When workers become strangers to their own life and identity, Gregor is the perfect example of this. On the morning he becomes an insect, Gregor's first thought is not fear. He worries about missing his train and making his boss angry. This shows that Gregor's mind was already controlled by work. He had already lost his dreams and joy. He did not follow his desires. He only worked, traveled, and obeyed. Philosopher Kierkegaard said, "Losing yourself can happen quietly, without noticing." Kafka asks us, are we doing the same? Are we hiding our real selves behind social media, jobs, and pressure to fit in? The scariest part is not Gregor's insect body. It is how people see him after the change. At first, his family tries to help, but slowly they become ashamed, tired, and even angry. His sister, Greta, who once loved him mostly, finally says, "We must get rid of it." His father becomes violent. His mother is a caught between love and fear. Kafka shows a hard truth. Many people love you only if you are useful. When you stop being useful, they stop caring. Even today, society values people by money, job, and status, not for who they truly are. But Kafka is not only talking about sadness. Gregor's new form also gives a strange kind of insight. Psychologist Carl Jung would call this the shadow self, the hidden truth inside us. Gregor can climb walls, see the world differently, and feel new things. In many world cultures, changing into an animal meant gaining wisdom. In Buddhism, this can mean the death of the ego, realizing the identity is not fixed. So maybe Gregor's transformation is not only a fall, maybe it is also a kind of truth that finally appears. Gregor dies only at the end. His family feels relieved and moves on. It is a sad ending, but Kafka does not want us to only feel pity. He wants us to wake up before we become like Gregor. Today, gig jobs, ratings, social media, and surveillance can also make us feel trapped and unimportant. So the real question is, will we choose our own transformation, or will we let society change us without knowing? We are always changing, but we must choose how we change. So the final question is, what kind of person do you want to become?